Hey people, I'm Zalika Mardenborough and you are watching GL Live The Attic.
Bass. I see my victory. Guitar. Okay, I hear you, Lord. Hope against hope, they may call me a fool. Man cannot cope, so I trust in you. We walk it out by faith, no plan B, no more just in case. If you don't come through, you know I fall. So when you come through, I stand in awe of the God who always makes a way. Specialize in the things that they dare not say. Miracles are routine at 9 to 5. Impossible was dealt with through the work of Christ. So whilst the storm's here, I'm gonna dance in the rain. When the storm clears, let's see what I gain. The Lord himself has made a way that I can come boldly for the throne of grace. If you don't agree with him sending his son, oh well, the son is son of my victory. I see my victory. You got a track record and it's clear to see. You just do not fail, so why would you start with me? I see my victory. Every note I play, every line that rhymes. I see my victory, and Lord's gonna be alright. Life, what do you take me for? Take a close look at the one that I adore. Wrapped in glory, mighty to save, with a word that's sharper than a guillotine blade. You will never take me out of his hand, and my feet will never stray from his plan. And my heart that was cold as ice is devoted to Christ. You can't match the price that he paid. Nah, you will never be able to convince me that you found a better way, better way. He's my firm foundation, I'm here to stay. So bring on the next fight. Matter of fact, bring on the next line. Let everybody who hears his vibe, let me know when the ink runs dry. I see my victory. I see my victory. You got a track record and it's clear to see. You just do not fail, so why would you start with me? I see my victory. Every note I play, every line that rhymes. I see my victory, and Lord's gonna be alright. Gonna be alright. It's 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 gonna be alright. Wherever you're at, it's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. Will you believe when all is gone? Will you still stand strong? Will you stand tall? And trust in the Lord. Can he really pull you through? Can he really deliver you? Can you give him that chance to make a move? I have to trust you, Lord, no matter what it looks like. I take the step of faith, Lord, and I know you're gonna pull me through. So even in my darkest night, I still have to cry out to you. And I know, Lord, that you'll wipe the tear from my eyes. I believe.
Hey everyone, we have here today at GL Attic David Powell aka Treblez. How are you today?
I'm very good, yourself?
That's good, I'm fine, thank you very much. So I've known you for about 3 years. We attend the same church and I've seen you mature as a musician. You play drums, you play keys, you also play bass sometimes. But it was only recently till I realised that you was actually a minister aka a rapper. So how did it come about you becoming a rapper?
Okay, well, as you said, I started out playing keys when I was 7 years old, and I've tried the different instruments, but the main thing was, growing up listening to a lot of rap music and having a love for words. I've always been writing. I've always been expressing myself in that way. A lot of my friends, we were doing that as well, back in London where I grew up. But then I didn't want to go into it too much because I was content being the guy behind the music. I produce beats for people. And I play and give other people the spotlight. But then as I started to develop as a Christian and just to ask God about, you know, my destiny, my purpose, that's when he started speaking to me about, you know, rapping for him. And as you said, you know, growing as a minister and maturing in that. And here we are now.
So you've also got an album out, which you released this year. What's the name of it?
It's called The Master's Piece.
And how did that name come about for the actual album? What was the process of it? And, you know, did you enjoy making it?
Yeah, I enjoyed making it. It was interesting. I learned a lot about myself as an artist and as a Christian. The name came about looking at Jeremiah 18:6, where the Bible talks about, as the clay is in the potter's hand, so are you in mine. And just really just a lot of the things that I've been studying, especially in worship, about being just a vessel for God, and as a minister being a vessel for God to showcase his glory. That was the thread that I was following in the Bible. And so the different tracks kind of just allude to that in different ways. I speak about a lot of different things on there, some personal stories and some just, you know, encouraging people just to really submit themselves to God. That's really kind of the ethos of the album.
Okay, so as a worshipper, as you just called yourself, how do you put that into your rapping skills? Like, you don't separate the two, because a lot of people, as rappers, they feel like it's different from actual worship. So how do you bring them both together?
For me, the way to bring it both together is behind the scenes. I spend a lot of time behind the scenes, just going into the presence of God, getting used to the way in, you know, the different ways that God expresses himself to me, the different ways that he shows himself through my songs. And every song, when I write it, I ask him to connect me to the heart of worship, because I believe every song, if it's truly inspired by heaven, then every song has like a kernel of worship behind it. And so that's what I just really try to tap into. I'm not afraid to take risks as a worshipper and as a musician, and just to try and do different things so that I can connect with the creativity that God has placed on the inside of me.
So you're now living in Birmingham. So how does it feel to be a London-born person living here in Birmingham? And how do you connect with the Londoners and also the scene, the gospel scene down there?
It's interesting. And for me, I had to learn so much about myself, because I really thought London was the be-all and the end-all. And unfortunately, guys, it's not. There is more.
Yeah.
You know, and so coming away from it was good, because I was able to see it from a distance, see what was good about it, see what was not so good, see where we can develop, and perfect my craft away from the heat, as it were, doing my thing in Birmingham. And then when I do go back to London, the occasions that I'm back down there, it's refreshing, because I'm able to probably bring something which is fresh to them, because it's not what they're used to. So
the tracks that you've just done was Victory, and also you're doing a track later called Why. Tell us just a bit about those tracks and how they came about. Okay, well, both of those tracks were written within about the space of a month of each other, and they were both in a time where I was going through a lot of things that I was facing. I was believing God for some big miracles, which he did come through for me. But at the time, like especially when I wrote Why, I was questioning God, and I was like, why is this happening to me? You know, it literally was just after I launched my album. I was like, look, I thought I was doing what you wanted, and why am I now facing all this stuff? And he just reminded me of who he is and how I should just really trust him. And Victory is like almost like Why Part 2. It's me just saying how I see my victory even despite the storm.
I've been through some stuff. I've endured some stuff. But the Lord has always asked me a question. And it's become my anthem. And it basically just says why. So we're going to sing that now. Let's go.
Should I think?
Oh, why?
Oh, why?
Should I worry?
Should I worry?
When I know
you are near, and I know you will
Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I got angels on my right and my left. So I don't fear when I see the enemy. He seems to think the valley's gonna be the end of me, but no, cause I can see my escape right there in the amazing grace, right there in the love so sweet. The verdict's passed, the case complete. Life has a way of trying to throw us unpredictable like a banker's bonus, but I don't fear when I'm in a crisis, cause a crisis shows me who Christ is. Christ in his power, Christ in his glory, Christ in my life, the beginning of the story. The marvelous life that's laid before me, all because my best friend gave his life for me. Why?
should I think? Oh, why?
Should I worry?
Should I worry?
When I know You're near
You are near.
when I know
And I know
that you hold me, Daddy.
You will hold me.
I love you.
Oh,
So I'm on top and still rising. Even on a bad day, I'm still writing. The word of my testimony, I refuse to let a situation own me. Cause if I'm living in Christ, I can stand. I wipe the tear from my eye, I can stand. In the power of his might, watch him fight. Why? Cause the battle ain't mine. See, it's a state of mind. I'm living in victory one day at a time. That's not to say that there's never a storm, but when it comes, Christ is always true to form again. Christ in his power, Christ in his glory, Christ in my life, the beginning of a story. Christ fills my full attention, so I gotta take some time to give a special mention. Why?
should I feel?
And why?
Oh, why should I worry?
When I know that he's near.
I know. I need. When I know you will
Yeah.
hold me. Oh,
I made mistakes for all to see, but I learned from them, so really the mistakes made me. So instead of contemplating defeat, I entertain the concept of falling to my knees. So I can seek his face, so I can dwell in a secret place. I ain't part-time, I don't touch base. I need it all the time if I'm gonna run my race. Nudge my neighbor, yo, give me some space. I gotta take some time just to give God praise. But everything is done. I live my life under the shadow of the sun. Alpha, Omega, beginning and the end. Sovereign King and my closest friend. He spoke the universe into existence. I know he'll make you in an instant. So let's think, why?
should I feel?
Oh, why?
Oh, why should I worry?
When I know
I know
you're near.
I need. When I know you will hold me.
And again say why?
Why should I feel? Oh, why should I worry?
When I know
No,
you're near.
I need.
Okay,
And I know you will
let's go
hold
again.
me.
One more time, let's go. Why?
Should I feel? Oh, why should I worry?
When I know he's near.
I know you are near.
When I know that you hold me.
And I know you will hold me. Oh,
So it doesn't matter what's going through in your life. Whatever situation you're facing right now, don't fear. If only you knew how powerful he is. But there's nothing that is outside of his power. And so today, it's your boy Treblez, Shaw Brooks, and the band GL360. Ask yourself why.